talk about how facing challenges makes you stronger. You have faced so much. Forced exile, imprisonment, facing that military tribunal, almost having this election stolen from you. How does that?
Well, it's like you, in the midst of it, you know that you've got to overcome it if you're going to reach your goal or the next stage of your adventure. And so you begin to, first of all, accept whatever suffering or infringement is implied by this. And tell yourself, I just cannot let them win. I cannot give in, I must. And that in itself builds your character and your stamina, because then you do win, and when you win, you're made bigger by it. I mean, you know that potential to overcome is there, as long as you have that determination.
What moment are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about when the sentence came down that by the military tribunal, for example, that I was sentenced to 10 years at hard labor, and that I will be sent to this rural, prison where people die there. And so, they asked me for my last words. My last word was, "You can't do this. This country needs all of its trained power." So that the first response was an appeal, but again, that's a womanly dimension. It's this appeal to the last bit of goodwill that they have, but at the same time, steeling yourself and preparing yourself to know that you got to overcome this. So you've got to not only appeal to them, strengthen your inner self, and begin to think of, what else do I do? Do I get out of this one? So,
that was a hard one to get out of. How long were you in prison?
A total of 9 months, 2 different times.
And how did you find the inner strength when you were in prison?
In a way, I have to owe a lot of this to my upbringing and my mother, who really believed in prayers. So somewhere in all of this, I felt that there was somebody up there that one could reach out to, and that as long as you know what you had done was right, and you were standing up for something, you had committed no crime, you had not, there's a superpower out there that has some kind of a guiding hand. That was part of it. I mean, that's part of growing up in a family of faith.
Yeah.
But that also helped to strengthen your own inner resolve and your own self-confidence that you would rise above this.
Mm-hmm. And then the second time that you were thrown into prison, did you feel stronger because of that first experience?
Oh, no doubt about it. And I also when I went into prison, I had a sense that, hey, we're the privileged ones. Poor people, poor women get thrown into prison all the time.
Yeah.
For low misdemeanor, like owing somebody a small amount of money, and they take them to the magistrate, they get thrown into jail, the family don't know what happened to them.
Yeah.
We need to know this
to
make us conscious of what happens to thousands and thousands of people out there who have no name and no face,
Yeah, absolutely.
So that in itself strengthened me, you see.
Yeah. I've been to the federal penitentiary in Monrovia. That was a really bad place. I was there in 2004.
Bad. I mean, now we've built a proper place for women.
Yeah, there were pregnant women in there at that time. That was just, it was a dungeon. It was such a...
It's bad. It's still bad, but but we've improved it for Willing, and I go to the prison every now and then. I just go.
Oh, good for you.
Go and see what's happening there.
Yeah, oh, good for you. I'm glad to hear it.